the city of the sun. You could have stayed, it's only over when the day is done. I never knew you was a runner, yeah. I mistook you for a son. It don't matter what we think when it's all over. 'Cause this is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah. This is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah.
Archie, is it fun?
Fun.
Fun.
After me. Ready? Happy?
Happy.
New?
New?
New.
Was wrong to say I wouldn't change a thing, 'cause in the story of our lives, the best of times through colored glass, time moves on enough to let me move on past, but every little now and then it creeps on back to shape my smile.
Today is April 8th, 2024. It is 1:27 a.m. This is video number 2. Video number 1 is on App Your Team Sussex. You may not see it until next week or something. So this is my back end. 3,743 subscribers. New subscribers, welcome. And I want to let you know that I have a shop. This is it here. I did several design, 2, 4, 6 design, and I decided to make it public yesterday. So I just want to let you know, if you guys want to support me, go there and check it out and see how you could support me through that. Okay, so that's that. And back to here, let's look at some numbers. $35.94. Now I'm starting to be a little bit skeptical about this number because it still remains that low, even though I don't put videos out every day, but people are watching. Well, not that much. 225 views in the last 48 hours, and there's a description. All right, so 3,742. Was it different? Oh no, it's the same. Okay, so let's go on Twitter. This is the first tweet. When the queen sides, SIDS. When the queen SIDS got married, what SIDS? Is she making reference? SIDS got married. SIDS, it's what do they call it? Is the something infant syndrome where kids die in their sleep, they don't know why. How do they call it? Sudden infant death syndrome. Okay, I don't know if this is making reference, but I'm a bit confused with this. All right, but let's read it anyway. When the queen's SIDS got married, she gave them homes. SIDS, kids. It has to be kids. When the Queen's kids got married, she gave them home, and Sarah and Sophie were gifted their own tiara. What did Charles do for Harry? Especially Harry, who didn't have anything except his pension from the army and his inheritance from his mother. Wow, that's very sad. Very sad. Via and Spare by Prince Harry, he shared that Charles didn't want to pay for Meghan's food and clothing as a working royal because apparently they do not have the pound to spare. Okay, and we found receipt to confirm this revelation. Watch this space. Okay. Okay, so she fixed herself here. It's kids. Alright, she fixed herself here. Kids. So let's go into that, and this is a thread. Let's listen.
In dominated headlines, Harry believed his father and Camilla got jealous. I was surprised when I read that you're in the car with your father and your brother. Kind of casually brings up Meghan, and then casually drops in that he doesn't have enough, he wouldn't be able to support you both. How did that make you feel? Where did that come from?
It's a funny one within the family, right? My father was ultimately responsible for both me and my brother and, you know, our partners and our families.
And this is the way that I always consider it. All right, the Queen take care of her kids, the ones who's not really, you know, gonna be king. But each respective kids, all right, Charles, Andrew, Anne, and Edward, whatever money the Queen give them, I don't know, annually or monthly, whatever, they take care of their family. And then the grandkids are up to each of their respective parents. So this is the way that I've always assumed it, and then there it is being confirmed here. All right, so
it did seem a little bit strange that somehow the rules were being changed, or that I was being guided on a very different path, or at least my partner was being guided on a very different path should we end up getting married.
As his relationship with Meghan got more serious and dominated headlines, Harry believed his father and Camilla got jealous.
okay, explain again. So the thing is that because Harry, it seems like, this is purely humble opinion, it seems like Harry never really expressed too much of his personal feelings to the institution, so they really don't know much about Harry. So they tell him some BS. It's for the firm, I'm doing it, and then after I'm done, I'm just gonna go to Africa. I always assume he goes to Africa whenever he finish do something for the institution, right? So the institution never really get an experience of Harry's inner core belief of things. He just do them, shut his mouth, and move along. So what the father was doing to him here was this reverse psychology. Start preparing him to say, I don't have money. When in fact, Harry is paying attention. He knows there's money to be given. And the worst thing is, Harry was the only working royal that was actually holding the institution to a higher regard of respect since the Queen passed. Okay, look at them now since Harry left. So for that conversation, it was a reverse psychology they were doing on Harry, starting preparing him, making him believe there's no money. But Harry has eyes, he has ears, he has his senses. He was looking around. He's like, I don't know what, he's like, what kind of BS are you telling me? All right, so this is a thread. I'm not going to read each one of them, of those screenshots. I'll just click on them, you pause and read it yourself. Okay, after coming through all the publicly available financial statements from the palace, it was jarring to see how much abuse Meghan Markle had put up with, because the royal spending went up just 1.79% in the year she joined the family. To put that into context, we are looking at £89,000. So there's that here. These are the year, and then there's the I guess percentage that it increases. All right, so there's that here. So each of these colors explain what it is. It's like what do you call this? Key. Alright, but perhaps what is more infuriating is that her cookbook initiative has raised more capital for the local community and the Royal Foundation than the increase in royal funding allocate for her and her husband in 2019. In 2018 alone, they sold over 130 copies worldwide. Donation raised for the Royal Foundation to the cookbook. Wow. 18, that's in pound, and it equal to 803,753 pounds. Alright. Moreover, let's pause this. Moreover, her collaboration with SmartWorks, a charity that empower disadvantaged women with the right tools and clothes to get back into the workplace, has generated enough donation to stop their wardrobe across the UK for a year. Wow. So why are these numbers important to note? Because they paint a sharp contrast between Meghan Markle's philanthropic capability and how her in-laws have treated her when distributing financial resources for the things she needed and her Harry. The ghetto. Yet, throughout her first pregnancy, between 2018 and 2019, Meghan Markle was attacked daily for the tabloid spin and false narrative that she had spent millions of British taxpayers' pounds on upgrading her lifestyle when in fact she was buying cheap and used furniture with her own money. My God, is that credit card or something? There's all these headlines. This is why sometimes we need to show the lies, and once you put your caption next to them to have people understand what these things meant back then. They don't paint a good picture of Meghan, but we know it's a lie. People need to know it, because these were the headlines that our great-grandkids would have been seeing without any pushback if they weren't. Because this is the picture they wanted to paint of her. You could pause and read it. Okay. I don't want to make an hour video on this. Alright, so there's all of that. Alright, so let's continue. Alright, upon further review, those new items in her wardrobe, many of them came from her own collection that predates her wedding. Meghan Markle fans have been documenting her style for years, yet the British press keep this is the thing here. My goodness. Meghan came with an army. That's what it is. Yet the British press keep inflating the actual prices to make baseless accusations. I'm telling you, if Meghan had to sue these people, so there's all of that. I'm telling you, the squad or something. I'm not into fashion, but there they are here. There's all of this. And there's all of that. Oh, there's one more. And this. Okay, just pause and read. I'm sorry, I don't want to read all of this. Okay, and for her to ship her furniture from her house to Toronto to that converted servant quarters in Windsor, I guess one can say that she's our generation's $1 million American princess. She's the one that brought meaningful capital to the family. Rebecca Sussex, there's that in Derby. There's all of this. Look at guy. Wait a second. Let me see something here. Yeah. Oh my God. I just realized that. This is her when she was in Toronto. This is her stuff here. You see the seating here? Same thing here. That's what this is telling us. Okay. There's the chair in the back with the like mesh type of thing. And there it is here. Yep. That alone, I mean, I spoke about it. Her shipping her stuff back and forth. My goodness. They owe her. And there it is here. There's the seat. I mean, it wasn't the docu-series. They okay with her, with them, with us seeing the pictures. And there's the seat here. Look at guy. Okay. Let's pause again. The British monarchy certainly has a different approach when it comes to managing its wealth, which, by the way, it's built on the slave trade, covering up for a nonce. Here's a £12 million and counting, providing stipends and wages for the spare's wife who's working for the family. Nada. The math just ain't mathing. Okay, so there's more. Okay, with all this in mind, one can't help but wonder, was this a plot to trap the spare and his spouse and keep them confined in the gilded cage by starving them and forcing the breadwinner to drain her life savings. Okay, without an ounce of shame. Okay, she tagged these people, or the cash poor, continuously hiding their asset overseas and hoping to make more of Meghan Markle's back. I guess we'll never know. There's all of that. Oh my god, that was long. For more information on details, see the original document below. Okay, she put some links where we could find some of the information she shared with us. The Royal Foundation report and consolidated financial statements as of 31st December 2018. There's the link where you could find some of this information. There's the link here. So these are all of the links where she mentioned it. Why do I all of a sudden I feel like I read something similar to that? Okay, the Prince of Wales. So these are all of this. Oh my god, she did a lot of research to put this together. These are all of the things where she get her information. Okay, more of that. Again, these are the links. Okay, page 320 is his memoir, Prince Harry's Word, are heartbreaking to read. All right, so let's see here. Okay, definitely pause and read. All right, so that's the thing with that she wants to work. I have the audio of this. I could put it instead for you guys while I show this. I'll do a screenshot of this and then put the audio. You could read along.
Driving us out into the fields, asked about Meg. Not with great interest, just casually. Still, he didn't always ask, so I was pleased. She's good, thanks. Does she want to carry on working? Say again. Does she want to keep on acting? Oh, I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't think so. I expect she'll want to be with me, doing the job, you know, which would rule out Suits, since they film in Toronto. I see. Well, darling boy, you know there's not enough money to go around. I stared. What was he banging on about? He explained, or tried to. I can't pay for anyone else. I'm already having to pay for your brother and Catherine. I flinched. Something about his use of the name Catherine. I remembered the time he and Camilla wanted Kate to change the spelling of her name because there were already 2 royal ciphers with a C and a crown above. Charles and Camilla. It would be too confusing to have another. Make it Catherine with a K, they suggested. I wondered now what came of that suggestion. I turned to Willy, gave him a look that said, "You listening to this?" His face was blank. Pa didn't financially support Willy and me and our families out of any largesse. That was his job. That was the whole deal. We agreed to serve the monarch, go wherever we were sent, do whatever we were told, surrender our autonomy, keep our hands and feet inside the gilded cage at all times, and in exchange the keepers of the cage agreed to feed and clothe us. Was Pa, with all his millions from the hugely lucrative Duchy of Cornwall, trying to say that our captivity was starting to cost him a bit too much? Besides which, how much could it possibly cost to house and feed Meg? I wanted to say, she doesn't eat much, you know, and I'll ask her to make her own clothes, if you like. It was suddenly clear to me that this wasn't about money. Pa might have dreaded the rising cost of maintaining us, but what he really couldn't stomach was someone new dominating the monarchy, grabbing the limelight. Someone shiny and new coming in and overshadowing him, and Camilla. He'd lived through that before and had no interest in living through it again.
Okay, on page 345 of his memoir Spare, Prince Harry once again mentioned that his wife was going out of her way to use her own money to treat the palace staff members that were overworked and underpaid. My goodness. Look at Meghan. Yeah, they had to get Meghan out of there. Because if the staff are not talking, you know, they're willing to do the work at that low wage, and there's Meghan who saw they're working those people, I don't know, over, and then she decided to treat them. No, she had to go because now there's someone within the family, okay, through marriage, okay, who's shedding light to these people to know that they are being mistreated even though they're paying them with that small amount. I don't know how much. So yeah, they had to get Meghan out of there. Okay, because if the people who's working are willing to do it for low wage and being abused on top of it, whichever way it is, they don't say anything. And there's Meghan who's showing them, oh, you need this, you need that. They had to get her out of there. Let them be abused. Keep them, don't shed light to things that they're doing to them already. That's what it is. However, she remained to be framed as a bully to malicious rumors. All right, so yeah, definitely pause and read. I'm already 15 minutes. All right. Oh my God, that's a lot. I didn't know it was. Okay, let's see here. All right, so it's almost done. All right, so let's read this. Okay, Meghan Markle is better than me because Harry's financial situation as a bachelor is giving broke energy, as seen here in Spare Prince Harry on page 251. Buddy probably didn't even have a Tesco or TK Maxx UK royalty membership. A poor veteran locked in a gilded cage. Jeez. Alright, so there's all of that. Pause and read. And they didn't even know Harry do those type of shopping, but you see the paparazzi in the UK took picture of that to show proof. Okay, as seen on page 250, the dude didn't even have a proper dryer. Is that where he was drying his clothes on the heater? Okay, you could pause and read. There's that here. Okay, so I think that's it. This upsets me. Meghan having to use her credit card and wear her old clothes. The press giving us the impression King Charles paid a lot. King Charles saying he didn't have enough money for Meghan. Yet every month the tax of every person of brown black skin is helping maintain the lifestyle of the British royal family. This interview hurts. Different races pay taxes to maintain our British royal family. Our British royal family live comfortably, whilst many Brits struggle. One daughter-in-law spent £192,636 on her wardrobe in 2022, while King Charles III didn't have money for the other daughter-in-law of color. Alright, they all are baggage for God. Okay, that's really disgusting for Charles to treat his son and wife this way. Does he still have some goodness left in his bone? Diana must be turning in her grave for the treatment of Harry and Meghan. Well done. Okay, so these are the things, because during that time, this is the thing, they made us believe Charles was taking care of them. Okay, look at regarding Fragmore. They drove them to the point where, you know, they really wanted, Harry and Meghan really wanted to help the institution because they saw a lot of people that needed help. All right, but the tabloid insists, because they're paying for their well-being, they renovated the place and all of that, so they must see their way of life. So they pay the money, said, leave me alone, I'm not gonna show you you know, my way of life, kind of thing. All right, meanwhile, I don't know, they're all a baggage for God. Let's move on. Next tweet. It's very sad. That was a very nice thread. I'm sorry I didn't read all of the screenshot, otherwise I'll be here forever. In today's episode of Let's Bash Meghan, public relation expert Emma Lloyd said her American Riviera Orchard brand will look a mess. These people still haven't learned anything yet? For jumping the ship and start bashing? They still haven't learned anything yet? Okay, on Instagram, as the beige image are uninspiring and she's choosing a very dated method of teasing it. They just can't leave her alone. Well, I guess whatever Meghan was doing or whatever she did, it helped because they got her attention. So she pretty much negated her own nonsense, because if you're a hater, why are you even following her? She put her thing out there. Whoever wants to look at it, look at it. So this hater went out of her way to look at it. So whatever she's saying doesn't make sense, because there she is. She went and looked at it. So Meghan is still on top here. Okay, there's that here. I can see this. Oh, I black one. You have no interaction in your Venmo tweets. Buy a lottery ticket because I'm the first person to have replied to you in months. Okay. The white supremacy and the black presenting jealous people will never stop vilifying Meghan. She is sitting in a space that is reserved for white women. The black skinned people is saying, how dare her? Don't she know that space is for white women? Well, she left them alone. She left them alone. So why are they following her? She left them alone. Okay, beige is a classic color. It's peak channel. Alright. Okay, this is an ad. Definitely after this, that's it. Meg could look good in anything at all. She is very, very naturally beautiful, and she dresses in such a understand way. I love her style. I couldn't pull it off if I try. I really think people stating that stuff about her pieces are jealous. Her happiness, her success, her Her success, her refusal to take toxicity, I don't understand why. Alright, I just came from there. The level of entitlement they have on Meghan's life is insane. Okay, they're so jealous of her. I hope Meghan is using that power to make money, because it's actually free publicity. If they want to criticize her daily, may she use their energy to earn money. Okay, the way these people feel, they should be able to control Meghan, tell her what she allows to do, not do, what she shouldn't wear, when she can and cannot be seen, and something else. They are really trying to destroy this website before anything is even released. It's coordinated. Well, that's true, but we know their tactic. They've been trying since Harry and Meghan left the UK. All right, after this one, that's it. Let them rant and rave, including Lady Colonoscopy. What? Launching another worthy book of fabulous tales in a bid to cast negative light on American Riviera orchard. It will not outsell Spare, and she's still not turning a profit on her Fisher-Price Chateau ordered via Poundland. What the hell? Okay, I don't know anything about that. I don't follow these people. Next tweet. Okay, so let's pause this. It was the eye. The secret of love was in the eyes. The way one person looked at another. The way eyes communicated and spoke when the lips never move. Virginia C. Andrews. Prince Harry creates such a beautiful life for his wife and children. Alright, these are a bunch of pictures. I don't think there's any comments. So there's all of that. There's all of this. These were during Invictus.
You know, I was stuck in this world.
Yeah.
And she was from a different world, and helped sort of draw me out of that. But yes, my partner is an exceptional human being, and I am eternally grateful for the wisdom and the space that she's been able to give to me.
Alright, so there's some music here. You could look at the images. Yeah, there's more music. Alright, and after that I moved to the next tweet. I didn't know this was there. I'm glad Harry oh, I love this little girl. Okay, it's still music. That little girl, she speaks so well. Oh, that was nice. Oh my god, she's crying. She'll never forget that. My goodness. All right, so that's that. There's no comment. She closed her comment section. Let's go to the next week. Okay, I thought that was a video. I was looking for the thing to pause. Okay, when Willy advised Harry to slow down his relationship with Meg, what he really meant was that he needed more time to break them up. Nobody in this world has done more evil shit against this gorgeous couple than Willy Baldelock. He's definitely a baggage for God. My goodness. Knowing what we know now, if you look back, there's that video. It has been done before. I remember exactly where I was when that came to me. It was like a flash. It's like, boom, this is who's behind all of this. I was like, oh my god. And I was like, how am I gonna put this in a video without saying his name? Because I don't have proof. I'm several thousand millions of miles away. How will I know that? It just came to me like, pew, like a flash. I was like, oh my god, it's him. So, and then some of the thing that I said in the video, and it's happening now, how they're trying to lure Harry back into the UK. Because the first time he went back to the UK, I believe it was Prince Philip's, you know, I was afraid for him. But that's that. Alright, I agree totally. I cannot say that. He wanted to turn the firm against relationship. I think Harry beat him in his strategy when he asked Queen permission directly, not through courtiers. I said that so many times. Not only that, he waited when the Queen was by herself. Some of these comments probably the squaddies are watching my videos, because he waited until the Queen was isolated by herself, so other people around okay, around the queen. Don't put negativity on in the queen's mind. All right. So Harry, that's why I say Harry is a smart man. Okay. Thank goodness for that. There's 4 comments. Let me see what other people are saying. Thank goodness for that. Okay. It was so smart of him to ask her on his own at the end of a day out shooting when she's been having fun all day. And also, this is why the courtiers prevent Harry from meeting the queen one-on-one. Remember when Harry flew to the UK, I think he was with Meghan. They were supposed to meet the queen, and then, you know, everything was going out, you know, panning out well for the meeting when the queen had asked him to stay over. Okay, they had the discussion, and then next thing you know, they received that message that the queen is booked. Okay, all of a sudden, the queen's entire week was booked. Okay, so they did not want Harry to have a one-on-one meeting with the queen because there are things Harry would be saying to the queen face to face. So they were preventing that. And at the same time, they were abusing them. Okay, the firm. This is why I said sometimes I don't think the queen knew what was happening because they were keeping her in the dark. And at the same time, I think Harry has her phone number. I don't know why. You know, if there are certain things, couple things as I'm thinking about that. You know, he could have easily called her and tell her that. But at the same time, I think Harry is the type of person who liked to follow the rules and things like that. He did not want to bombard the queen with his issues with the firm kind of thing. But anyway, that just crossed my mind. Okay, let's face. Okay, that's an ad. So that's that. All right. Should I read? Okay, let's read what's there and then that's it. 100%. I think it is even more sinister than that. This is a system whereby the heir can get away with anything. So a scenario where he hits on Meghan and there will be nothing she or Harry could do about it. Evil is deep. It really is. And the thing is that he was easing in his muscle power into Meghan. The moment he put his finger on Meghan's face, that was the beginning to see how to break into Meghan's, you know, to push Meghan down. But Meghan put a stop to it the moment it started. So ever since, he was afraid. That's the thing here. Ever since then, he was afraid of her. He can't do it. So he sent his minion to bash on her. That's all it was. Based on their history, it seems that simple. Knowing that Harry has something good in his life is enough to send William off the deep end. Yep, excellent point. But yeah, because when you look at joint interviews that William and Harry do, every chance that William get a chance, he says something stupid about Harry to put him down.
What would you want to do?
I think I don't know. It's a really tricky question. It goes through my head lots. I'd like to fly helicopters, definitely. I'd like to be some sort of heli pilot, you know, working for the UN maybe or something like that. Go off and do some, you know, I'd have to be doing something active outside and doing sort of fun stuff, but with an edge to helping people.
How about you, Harry?
He'd probably sit in and play computer games and drink beer.
Thanks a lot. No,
Has there been any kind of diva demands or sort of pop stars you've had to deal with that have been quite tricky?
Couldn't possibly be so indiscreet. The Spice Girls were quite keen to. He's been the hardest. He's, you know, some cigarettes somewhere and a beer. That's about it, really. But
meanwhile, all of the thing he was saying, he's going through that now about Harry be somewhere drinking and all of that. But based on some stuff, I don't know, allegedly. Baldilax, there's a laugh here. Alright, after this, that's it. Yeah, the 3 years breakup pledge came from inside the house. That is why Meghan Markle became the target and why Pa and William said, quote, they didn't know why Harry left, end quote. Harry was in the way, but Meghan was the one they wanted to chase out. That's true. Okay, William was probably thinking that wife of Harry was not supposed to be more shining as his wife. And Meghan wasn't doing something so extravagant. It's just the work. Okay? This is the thing that they were supposed to do. They claim they were doing. They advertise. This is why they're getting taxpayers' money.
How do you understand it to begin with? How do you know that that's a part of your destiny?
Well, we don't, put it this way, we don't all sit in a room with a queen and a blackboard going, It's a kind of, I don't know, I think it's, I wouldn't say it's in our blood, but at the same time I think it's over history and watching our parents, watching our grandparents, and just learning our way through that process. I mean, Christ, I think I went to my first proper royal engagement at the age of 4 or 5.
But I want to ask you, you traveled the whole world in both role, in your royal role. As you were going around the world, how did you get more focused on things that you cared about? I mean, we see a lot of pictures of you with children. You spent a year in Lesotho,
Yep.
right? And, you know, bring that to life for us.
It's, I don't want to say it's refreshing, but it is nice to know that kids that young have an appreciation and understanding greater than some of the people who have been on this planet for 60, 70 years.
So you're affiliated, as many in your family are, with many, many charities. You're patrons of certain organizations. I read that you have about 15 charities that you're affiliated with. Your brother and sister-in-law have about 35, but that's less than some other members of your family, right? You all are doing it a little bit differently.
Yeah.
So how do you focus?
So
And tell us, that by contrast, how many charities might other royals be affiliated with in different generations?
Hundreds. My grandmother had to rewrite the rule books to a certain extent. My father, my mother have also done it their way, and now we're the younger generation coming through, trying to do it our way, because the world has changed so much. We believe that by streamlining and by bringing people together in order to effect real positive change is the only way forward. And you know, it worked for previous generations, and we will always say yes to becoming patron of a charity that we believe in and that we're incredibly passionate about. But I think in today's world, you have to be involved with things that make sense to where your passions lie, rather than potentially turning up to a charity once a year. I don't think that's necessarily beneficial to anybody. But you know,
The protocol may have been lending your name and using your name to create a halo around the organization that would benefit it. And it sounds like the younger royals are more about more than just name association, more direct action and involvement. So do you feel you're more hands-on? Is that fair to say?
I think in today's world you have to be. I think you have to be much more hands-on, and also.
Why? I mean, why do you have to be? You could have done it the same way. You could have had 200 charities and been a patron of them. I mean, no one would have thought any different.
No, but if you end up working individually for, let's say, 200 charities, in today's world, I think that kind of dilutes the impact that you can have. What our foundation is all about and what our platform is all about is encouraging people to come together, to work together, so that there's less competition within that sector, whether it's financially or otherwise, and saying, right, guys, you're doing the same thing. Please, let's get around a table, talk to each other, work it out, and come up with a long-term strategy.
But doesn't this seem obvious? Like, why haven't other people done it then? So you've created, with your brother and sister-in-law, the Royal Foundation. Okay, you've started a charity. My first question would be, do we need another charity? So, you know, what was your thinking in coming together? Whose idea was this?
So that's
And this is what Harry and Meghan believe. So they go there into the institution, they doing that, and then all of a sudden they're hating on them. So it's up to the UK. Maybe William realized that Meghan wasn't right for his little brother, husband Harry. Let's go to the next tweet. They're all a baggage for God, baggage for God. Next tweet. All right. I believe that the Queen really liked Meghan. She has intelligence, a career, and great worth ethic. But I don't think the Queen did everything she could. Yes, but I think they keep things away from her. Remember, they changed her secretary. Her personal secretary was changed between Andrew and Charles. All right. to make Meghan feel welcome because she not once spoke out on the hate and racism Meghan received ever. And then they probably keep things away from her. Things that they want her to see, they let her see. Things that they don't want her to see, they don't. So they were keeping things away from her. Okay, so there's that here. She liked Meghan and told lots of people so, and she did everything she could to make her future granddaughter-in-law feel welcome, according to the biography, an excerpt of which was published in the Daily Mail. The Queen wasn't even put off by the Sussexes and famous interview with Oprah Winfrey. I mean, if you listen to the damn thing, Meghan and Harry literally made, including Charles, the institution looked somewhat, well, not the institution, the family, okay? Remember that. There's the family and then there's the institution. Made the family look okay. Even when Harry was leaving to go meet Meghan in Canada, he even praised his family.
The decision that I have made for my wife and I to step back is not one I made lightly, because this is so much bigger than just us. It has been our privilege to serve you, and we will continue to lead a life of service. So in that respect, nothing changes. I will always have the utmost respect for my grandmother, my commander-in-chief, and I am incredibly grateful to her and the rest of my family for the support they have shown Meghan and I over the last few months.
We didn't know the stupidity that was going behind the scene. Harry made the family look good. Alright, and he said he's so thankful for the love and support the family have shown him and Meghan.
I will always have the utmost respect for my grandmother, my commander-in-chief, and I am incredibly grateful to her and the rest of my family for the support they have shown Meghan and I over the last few months.
But knowing the fact that the stupidity the family was putting him through, and Meghan, okay, I can tell you, because I know this, that the Queen was always more concerned for Harry's well-being than about this television nonsense. Meaning both the Oprah Winfrey interview, which caused so much controversy, no, the tabloid make it so much controversy, and then they went out of their way to make it more controversial. And the lucrative deal the Sussexes made with Netflix, hey, they have to survive. Alright, with Brandreth, a former MP who has long known the royal family. Okay, thank you. That's that here. Okay, first it was all about how much the Queen hates Princess Meghan, from her wedding dress to her child's name. That then went down well, so now it's all about how much the Queen loves Princess. They need to pick a struggle because this is giving me whiplash. I also don't think the late Queen understood racism. She knows.
It's extremely difficult sometimes to keep a straight face. When the Home Secretary said to me, there's a gorilla coming in. So I said, what an extraordinary remark to make, very unkind about anybody. And so, I stood in the middle of the room and pressed the bell and the doors opened, and there was a gorilla. And I had the most terrible trouble in keeping, he had short body, long arms. And I had the most appalling trouble.
Okay, she figured because she let Harry marry Meghan that she needed to accept everything else. Plus, the men in grey suit were controlling her those last years too. Okay, this is the part here. Alright, maybe she, I don't know. I really don't know. But it's men in grey suit who was running the show. Or should I say Charles. Charles was running the show because they remove the Queen's foremost secretary, private secretary, who was looking out for the institution. Then he put his something young, replace him because he wanted someone he could control. So that person was doing everything that Charles said. All right. So this one, the first one, that's the one Charles replaced. Not replaced, put in place of someone else that was there. And then this one, knowing what I know now in court document, Simon Case. I don't know. Unless if I'm missing something, I don't see him. They hire him to do something, and he did it. He did it so well because he was good at those type of things. He knows the law. So William knows he wanted his brother out of there. He picked the best of the best to do the job for him. And then knowing the institution in the UK, is the heir that take precedent. So let's say, for instance, we did not know what we know now. Okay, let's say, for instance, allegedly, let's say hypothetically, Harry was doing something completely different what we know now, even though Harry was doing good thing. Okay, and then William hired this guy to push Harry out of there. Now we don't know what William told him, Simon Case, why he wanted Harry to be out of there. So he did what he needed to do to get Harry out of there. And you see, Harry took it to court. So that's how good Simon Case is. It was written very well that the judge had to accept it. And all this is not because of Simon Case. He just write it well. But it's because of William. Because William is the next heir to the institution. So he pretty much burning the bridges as he moved forward in the ladder. Okay, so for him, we should put William here, not Simon. This guy, what did he do? I don't remember. Is he one of the men in gray suit? Okay, it makes sense. Likely the queen was older and didn't have much of a say, especially after her husband, Prince Philip, passed away. I'm guessing Camilla and Charles and William had a lot to do with ignoring Queen Elizabeth. Yeah, okay, you could read this. It's small and kind of blurry. Alright, so there's that here. Okay, maybe she was prohibited, and as we're starting to learn, she didn't have much power in her court. For example, she was fighting tooth and nail for their security. And really, I wasn't aware of that. And even when they left, if you look at court documents, she still wanted them to be a part of the royal circle. Let's see here. Okay, why do the Rangers have to rewrite history? The queen did not. Okay, that's what I'm like. I don't remember such thing. Okay, the queen did no such thing. His security was based upon him as a working royal. There is no security for non-working royals. Please try to understand. He's not that important, and his overinflated ego is just nah. Okay, so it's like both of them cancel each other out. If they anyway, we've seen what happened in court. Anyway, Harry wanted to pay for it. They said no. Alright, so who is that? I don't know. I didn't see the queen was trying to. When they needed Harry to come in, looking for the Jubilee, the queen did what needs to do. When Charles wanted Harry to come over, look what he did. He got full security all the way from the airport to wherever Charles was. Okay, so they could provide. They just don't want to do it. Alright, they all a baggage for God. Next tweet. Alright, so there's this here. Okay, everyone said the power of Princess Meghan and Prince Harry, except the decrepit. Thank God for that. We will not be silenced. Love when Princess Meghan and Prince Harry. It's 1 minute and 30 seconds. I think Mark Cuban is there.
At the drawing board for their next moves. What would it look like?
First of all, speeches. I mean, if the Obamas get $500,000 or $1 million a speech, they're going to get at least $150,000 to $250,000 a speech, and they get to go out there and network. So that's number one. Number two, you go to Netflix, then play them off against Amazon Prime, and play them off against Apple TV, and play them off against Hulu.
So many, right?
Yeah, and you
bidding war,
and you get a production deal for movies and TV shows, and then from there, you raise your kids. Right, because doing it that way, you get to set your own schedule, and as normal as they can be, and wherever they want to live, and however they want to live, they'll have that option without being, having to figure out what they're going to do with the royal family.
Harry and Meghan are incredible.
He was spot on. I wonder when that first video came in. This one I have, because he's been saying it since I've known. He came, I've been following the Sussexes, and I saw the video. He saw the blueprint for them already, and this is exactly what Harry and Meghan are doing.
Marketable. I call them the new young Obamas. They're going to make an ungodly amount of money, and you know what? They literally could become billionaires over the next 20 years. If either of them came on Shark Tank, I wouldn't even wait for them to pitch. I'd be like, I'm in, whatever you want, yes, because they are so marketable. It would be so easy to develop products and projects for them, with them, and around them. It'd be yes.
As long as they stay authentic, as long as they limit their projects and don't try to sell everything and anything, then I think they are the new Obamas. they will have such a valuable brand that they'll be able to pick and choose whatever they want to do and just make an ungodly amount of money doing it. They're going to be living the dream.
He's spot on, and this is exactly what they're doing right now. Okay, they are living a dream. All right, so there's that. Let's go to the next tweet. Okay, this sweet little pup instantly knew he was meeting a good human. Okay, Meghan Markle is love. Credit JohnMtz. Oh my goodness, don't let Guy see you. Guy will be jealous, or maybe he may not be jealous. You already know he got Meghan's heart, or Meghan already has his heart. This is so cute. Look at the dog, literally move away. Oh my god, there's that animal can distinguish the good from the bad. There's that 100%. That's an ad. After this, that said 100%. There's the heart. Lovely, love this picture. The adoration, and the little pup's eyes are animal sense energy. The way the dog is looking at her, there's the heart. Usually dogs have those level of adoration just for their owners. Dogs can totally sense genuinely good people and genuinely nasty people. No one will ever convince me otherwise. All right, next tweet. Okay, let's pause. Is that a thread? A trip down memory lane, day 34, one of two. September 2019, Meghan Markle, Duchess of Sussex in South Africa. On one of Meghan's many solo engagements during Harry and Meghan African Royal Tour, she held a Ladies Who Lunch event where she talked work and motherhood with women entrepreneurs in Cape Town. Thereafter, she met with mothers and babies at Mothers to Mothers, a non-profit that help women living with HIV. Okay, oh my god, this is long. 6 minutes and 23 seconds. There will be some screenshot. I don't know. You notice that woman moved to the other side, I guess, to let the photographers take pictures. That was a very self-awareness kind of thing. Kudos to her. Okay, we can't really hear what they say. I can be wrong with this. I think I read somewhere where Meghan donates some of Archie's clothes to one of those charities in South Africa. We can't really hear what they're saying anyway, so I'm talking over it. The UK messed up big time. Such an asset for them, but okay, it's better for the world anyway. Because you would have thought that they will stop their BS, but they continue. Okay, I may not watch all of this because I need to finish and I have 3 more tweets. I don't know. Should I just let it play? We can even hear. Alright, so I'm gonna stop because YouTube is gonna give me problem anyway. I'm gonna have to have screenshots. So I only show 2 minutes plus of it. Okay. 2 of 2. Let's pause this. Sweet moment that gave you goosebumps. While departing the event, Meghan was met with a jubilant near hymnal chorus of African Queen from young women who waited in the car park for a glance of the royal. Okay, this is only a minute, so let's watch it. That was nice. She acknowledged them. Okay, forget to add video from Boyle Sutter. Thank you for posting these daily reminders of past engagement. Love the marriage of text with videos. There's that here. And this is what I was saying. Was it in this video or the previous one? So is the caption. Why you sharing these headlines or things like that? They may be negative, but we need to explain to people why they're important. But anyway, because it is like what they wanted our great grandkids to see of her. All right, so that was that. I didn't watch all of this. I bookmark it. Next tweet. If it was the only thing for the video, maybe I would. There's another one here. While the asset she was, Sussex joy, we will not be silent. Love when, Princess Meghan and Prince Harry. This one is 2 minutes and 20 seconds. I believe this is a speech of news.
Good evening, everyone. Your Excellencies, Prime Minister, Mr. and Mrs. Bridges, honored guests, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Tenekato katoa. Your Excellency, thank you for your warm welcome to Government House this evening, as well as for hosting me and Harry during our special time in New Zealand. We are proud to be able to join you tonight in celebrating the 125th anniversary of women's suffrage in your country. The achievements of the women of New Zealand who campaigned for their right to vote and were the first in the world to achieve it are universally admired. In looking forward to this very special occasion, I reflected on the importance of this achievement, but also the larger impact of what this symbolizes. Because yes, women's suffrage is about feminism, but feminism is about fairness. Suffrage is not simply about the right to vote, but also about what that represents. The basic and fundamental human right of being able to participate in the choices for your future and that of your community. The involvement and voice that allows you to be a part of the very world that you are a part of. And women's suffrage is not simply about the right to vote for women, but also about what that represents. The basic and fundamental human right of all people, including those members of society who have been marginalized, whether for reasons of race, gender, ethnicity, or orientation, to be able to participate in the choices for their future and their community. So bravo, New Zealand, for championing this right 125 years ago for the women who well deserve to have an active voice and an acknowledged vote, and for all of the people that this effort has paved the way for globally. We all deeply thank you.
Okay, so very well spoken. All right, there's no comment. Let's move on. I didn't have anything to say. All right, so let's go to the next tweet, and I have one more after that. Okay, so there's another one. These are some stuff that I saw flying around my thumbnail, my timeline. When you know your partner have your back, the word seems a bit brighter. Sussex joy, we will not be silenced. Love when, Princess Meghan and Prince Harry. Okay, 14 seconds only. Alright, so that was that reassuring extra hold as the camera clicks away with that now comment thumbs stroke. Love wins, that's an ad. There's a lot of emoji. I love them so much. Love always wins. Alright, next tweet, and this is my last one. Okay, there's another one. Oh my goodness, I love this. That's when they were in New York. Squaddies are everywhere and always ready to take on haters, so our faves don't have to stoop that low. We were created for this. Sussex joy, we will not be silenced. Love when. Okay, same thing again. Princess Meghan and Prince Harry. That's the one I think she said, I love you, Harry. I love you. Something like that. I love you, Meghan. I love you, Harry. Something boo.
Meghan, Harry! You look so beautiful, girl! I love you, boo!
This.
I love you too, Harry!
The other one said, we came just in time. One of the people was saying, okay, this put a huge smile on my face every single time. Love wins. And New York is Harry and Meghan's place. We will always support them. Don't they look so good together? That's an ad. I love this GIF. Okay, still my favorite fan video of the Sussexes. I love you, boo. I love you too, Harry. She has her Twitter. She changed it to say she was the one who screamed Harry's name or something like that. Okay, so there's that. Look at the smile when the woman says she looks beautiful and she loves her. There's that. Nothing above him. I love those two. Oh yes, love them. Is he the one who, let me see. No, that's not. Yeah, the person who put this is the one who said I love you, Harry. Alright, so that's it. Let's do a prayer. What should we do prayer for? Prayer, let's do for protection. I haven't done that for a while. For protection, maybe I did. Protection and support. Let's just say protection for now, because that's what came to me first. Let's go and get an image. Let's do this one. Oh Holy Spirit, give me faith that will protect me from despair, from passions, and from vice. Give me such love for God and men as will blot out all hatred and bitterness. Give me the hope that will deliver me from fear and faint-heartedness. Amen. Alright, so that's it. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, not only do I have PayPal and Cash App in the description, I now have a shop. You guys could go and check them out. And there's this, you know, there's different things. I think this one has like 100 something. Alright. And if you go back forever, different shirt colors for men. All right, and then for this one, this was my last design. Okay, I did yesterday, and is it cups, shirts, and stickers. All right, and I have this almost the same thing. Oh, this one, when I saw it, it has what did it say again? Something about Archie. Remember when Archie was saying he got his foot dirty because he was with his mom? So that was that. Okay, he got his foot dirty because he was with his mom, with his mama. How dare his mama having fun? Okay, that's what it says here. All right, so I have it in all of these. All right, so that's it. Yeah, thank you for your support.